Hey guys, this tutorial is for advanced yearbook students, and this is online design basics. This is just to kind of remind you how to get into online design and how to really get some basic stuff going on your spread. We're not getting into any of like the advanced editing tools like cutouts and text wrap and stuff like that in this tutorial, but I will post some shorter ones on those things too. So from wellsworthyearbooks.com, you get signed in. If you cannot sign in, please let me know because you all should have at least attempted that by now. Click on online design and your screen will look different than mine. Right now you're probably just assigned that one spread still, and I will pair you up with some people if you want, but you will see your spread. Just a couple things on this screen. You can create a to-do list for yourself and see that every time that you open your screen, which is really awesome. Over here shows you kind of like our progress of the yearbook. Don't worry about that so much right now. You have a calendar, and I will be attaching due dates to these spreads as well. So it will show you the due dates for these spreads. Up at the top here is where I want to really have you look. I don't know how many tabs you can see, but I know you can see the Photos tab, and I want to familiarize you with this. So from here, these are photos that I have uploaded, and a lot of these guys are from Yearbook Snap. But to see all the photos that anyone has uploaded, go underneath the tab here to Photo Albums, and then you can see all the photos. Side note, I know we have more photos. People have taken pictures, and they're not in here yet. So if you have photos on your memory card, please, please, please get them uploaded ASAP. I want to see those too, because if I have time, I can be jumping into your spreads and helping you out. But I cannot do that without photos, and we cannot have a yearbook without photos. So take photos, upload photos. From here, you can do everything you need to do with photos. You can upload them. So you can either drag your photos here or choose your photos from your computer, which would be also for your memory card. And then you would select an album and upload them. From there, you can also create a new album as well, or you can create a new album from this screen. Let's say, for instance, Ethan, I'm just going to go ahead and create this for you because I know you have football pictures and you're going to have more. Sorry to call you out, but I'm just going to create a new album called Football, save. And so when you go to upload your football pictures, you can upload it right here. You could even change the name of this to football, like dash your name. That way we know who the photo credit goes to. Okay, so that's kind of the Photos tab. It's good to be familiar with that. But you can also upload photos from your spread. So I'm going to open a blank spread to give you just some basic tools in here. So from here, you do have this upload photos option right from your spread, and you can do the same thing there. If you are in a spread working and you're like, oh yeah, I have some more photos, you can upload right there. But I want to show you guys just the basics because some of you, it's been a while since you've been in online design. So just some basics here. These on the left side, these are like your tools, okay? You're gonna use the arrow to select anything, move anything. The text obviously creates text boxes. You're not gonna use draw a lot, but you might. And so I will do a tutorial on that later. Shapes, you're gonna use this probably first thing, and you're gonna use squares. This is how you lay out your spread. If you're not using a template, you would create boxes where you want your photos to go. And, you know, every spread should have a dominant photo, and it should be very clear that it is indeed the dominant photo. So you want it to be big. And we may not be working with as many photos this year, so blow up the dominant photo. So I want my dominant photo here. If you're asking me why it's like overlapping the edge here, it's because to avoid trimming, keep important content out of the colored area. So if I want my photo to bleed off the page, I have to pull it out beyond the blue border, okay? That is something that I am always fixing on spreads. If you want it to bleed off the page, pull it beyond the blue border, and it doesn't have to be far beyond the blue border, but it has to be far beyond. So when the pages are cut physically, you know, it's bleeding and there's not a white trim around it. But if you want white trim around it, you got to keep it inside the blue, okay? So there's that. That's how you would like place a photo box, and like I would obviously have more over here, you know, however I wanted to lay out this side of my spread, like that's up to you guys. where my brain's at right now, I would probably start from a template and then maybe personalize it a little bit because I feel like we're all on kind of like brain overload. And so my creativity, that's affecting my creativity a little bit. Text box, click on text. You draw the box first, kind of how you want it. And then you would type your headline. Obviously, I don't want my headline to be so tiny. So from here, I would select it and then I would go over to the right side. This is where you have a little more detailed editing tools. So all of my type, to change this is over here. Right now, we only have 2 fonts loaded. That will change. You'll have more options, but I'm going to leave it with Helvetica. I'm going to make it bold. Why not? I do want it aligned left, but I'm going to blow this up and make it big. As you guys watched in the video yesterday, or it's not yesterday now, but in our last live, font is huge right now. And as in like, it's very bold graphic, like you want to make your fonts aesthetically pleasing, okay? So headline goes here. We know for every headline, we need a subheadline. So I would draw another text box. I really think it's important to not include everything in the same text box because you don't have as much freedom to edit. So sub headline goes here. Usually this is 1 to 2 sentences previewing the story. Just a little review. I can still make that bigger than the story font, which will be 9, but I don't want it as big as my headline. If you ever can't see all your text, you probably just need to pull your text box bigger. And honestly, I would probably make my subheadline a little bit smaller than this, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to go with it. And now I need my story because my 3 main elements on my spread should be attached. They should be connected, and I should know that they all go together. Dominant photo, headline, story. So I'm going to create a story text box here. And I'm going to type 5 spaces over so I can start typing my story. And I'm just going to throw in a little bit of dummy text here, guys. We want our stories to be 2-column. So make your first text box. And then I'm just going to copy and paste this for now. Oops, that did not work. Hold on. Control C. Okay, and eventually you're going to be typing and you're not going to be able to see all your text because there's too much in the text box. So this is where you can make your 2-column. You would make your second text box, second column, and you can make these look better than what I'm doing now. And then with your select tool, see this little red plus sign here. That means, hey, there's more text in this text box than you can see. It's called overflow text. Click on that and then click into the next text box, and there it is, okay? And then you can type and it automatically flows into the second column, right? So that is some basic tools. You know, you need pictures, you need text. Really, it's pretty basic. Now to get pictures in your squares, photo tray. And then if you don't have any favorited pictures, click this little arrow, choose a album that you're working in. I'm going to choose Cheer just because I knew there were pictures in it. I'm going to drag the photo into the box and it makes it that size. But say I want to like center this up a little bit, crop it in any different way, you have the ability to kind of manipulate it a little bit. And in a lot of ways actually, but just for some basic stuff here, there it is, okay? And then you have really the basics of your spread, your dominant photo, your headline, subheadline, and story. From there, I would just add more pictures and captions, okay? Maybe a sidebar, maybe a module that has some additional fun content that's related to Cheer, but different than the main story. And that is really how I'm getting started and how I'm going. Stay tuned. I'm going to post tutorials on how to cut out the background of photos and also the draw function and some other things that are just handy to really take your spreads to the next level.